Hello, my friends. It's Jonathan at the Piano Lesson. It's been a long day, and I'm going to do my best to give you my little tidbits of wisdom. I kept thinking all day long about the song "All of Me." It's just such a great song, and it's great because it's just beautiful. Just the symmetry of it. And what I like to do, I just like to kind of sometimes I'll just sit at the piano and admire a song, not necessarily play it, but admire how it's put together. And that particular song, I think, is great just to be able to play in all 12 keys. Now you say, well, all 12 keys, well, I don't even know if I've ever done that myself in my life, but in several keys, right? But it's one of those songs that's would be good to learn to teach music in general. It's just structured so well, and I think that's why it's lasted so long. So let's kind of get right into that. I hope you guys know all of me. If you don't, well, then you'll know some of it. But here we go. So haven't played this in a while. Oh, and I guess I'll do it in C because it is written in C. But the melody is just a C major chord. All of me. And if you notice, this is just a triad. This is kind of how I look at tunes. Why not take? That's a upper neighbor. That's a neighbor tone. What's a neighbor? Well, it's not something Mr. Rogers has. It's actually the very next note is a scale tone. That's what a neighbor is, a step. And then E, all of me. And you notice how it outlines the triad in the E chord. Now, look what it was. We started on C, we went up to E, we went up a major third in the triad. That's not terribly irrational. And then it goes, can you see A7? So what happened there? Well, we went up a fourth. Can you see I'm no good with, and then down a fifth, out you, D minor. So we went from C, up a third to E, up a fourth to A, dominant, and anytime you see a dominant chord, that most likely is going to be functioning as the 5 in whatever key it's in this case A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, so. Now we're going to go back to E, take my lips. A. That's interesting there. So you have E, and then to the A minor. Isn't that clever? First we went E to A7. We went from E to A7, and here we go from E to A minor resolution. So now the E becomes the dominant chord, where formally that's really 3 in the key of C, 6, 2. So it's going to the key of D minor, A minor. Now D7, well, that's a nice note. That's the 13 in the chord, D7. A lot of chromaticism in this music. And again, fingering for chromatic notes, 5, 4, 5, that's a good fingering. Not 5, 5, 5 probably, or not 5, 3, 4. That's probably not great. But 5, 4, 5, and then minor, D minor, 2, 5, G minor, D minor, G7. Okay, that's the first 16 bars. Then the next 16 bars. So that's the same as the beginning. Okay, now watch what happens. It's going to go to the key of F, the relative major of D minor, the 4 chord of C. You took the part, F minor 6. That's debatable, but could be that too, possibly. But E minor, A7 with the 9th, the melody, that's the melody note. D minor, There's the 13 in the chord, G13. It's basically G7, right? But you have the 13. And there's that E again. Isn't that genius where he starts off like this and he ends. It kind of bookends the song. Isn't that just fantastic composition? So if you're going to do an exercise, 1, 3, 6, 2, 5 of 6, 5 of 5, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6, 2, or 5 of 2, 4 minor, and why that? Because of the D in the melody. That's why it's F minor 6. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Left-hand bass. Comping, picking a rhythm. Chromatic. Block chords. Pedal tone. Hard to do that. Just keeping a beat. So me and my big mouth, I'm talking about, hey, you should learn that in another key. That would be a good idea. Well, let's see if we can do the chords in another key and just kind of figuring out what would be a good key. Well, I don't know. I mean, typically you go maybe up a fourth or down a fifth, or whatever. We could do them in F. Let's do it in F. And we don't even have to play the melody necessarily, but you know, just looking at the key of it. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Let me write out the chords first. Just so C, E, 7, A7, D minor, E7, A minor, D7, G7. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, each of these is really two measures. Each of these is really two measures. And then, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. That's really bar 16. And then, you know, this is a repeat sign. And if you do this, that means like two measures. And then same thing, C, E7, A7, D minor. And then you have F, F minor. Yeah. I'm doing bar lines like this, but these are really two measures. Da da dee, da da da, da da dee da da, dee da da, dee da 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 da, E minor, da da A7, da D minor, da da G7, and then C, and then another there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, A16. That's right. That's your 16. So those are the chords basically, and we're going to do how do they relate in terms of, you know, their orientation in the key. All right. So 1, C, right? Da da da. We'll just say we'll say we say one or two things. We can say 3. That's the E chord, and then the 6, which is actually 5 of 2. That's the dominant 2, and then 2 is the D minor, and this we could think of that as 5 of 6, but however, whatever works. Some of these labels get kind of blurry. Then the E again, but that's 5 of 6. 6 minor this time. And then 2, 7, and then 5, right? And then when we get to, we kind of repeat all that, and then 4, right? 4 minor, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. All right, that's kind of the pattern. All right, so key of F, right, we're outlining that triad there, okay? And then we're going to go up a third, right? And then we're going to go up a fifth. And then we're going to go to the right. So let's do that again. F, ba da da A, D, da 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 da, G minor, and then we go back to the A again. Da da da, ba da 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 da, D minor, and then G7, da da da, C, F, ba da da A, D, da da da, G minor, and then the 4 chord. B flat, minor 6, A minor, D, G minor, C. So there's F. And that also helps too if you know the chord, right? It's easier to get the melody notes because you know, oh, I'm just outlining the melody. Let's try another key, G. I'm going to go up a third, and then go up a fourth, da 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 E, and then go up another fourth again to the A minor, da da, and then we're going to B again, da da da, da 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 E minor, that's the right, and then A7, and then D. And then isn't that interesting? You got that perfect fourth there. It's very cool. It sounds like an outer space thing. This is one of the things that happens when you transpose things into new keys. You start hearing it from a new perspective and noticing certain things like, oh, I didn't quite notice that. But and then we go to the 4 chord. There we go. Yeah, see? So there's G, messing around in G. That's kind of the idea, you know. And you can take bits and pieces of the song. So let's just, if we're really making it simple, the beginning of the song again, it's a triad in first inversion. That's the melody. Can you know, do that? Yeah. See, it starts to sound, if I just do this, it doesn't sound like all of me, but if I go long, short, long, long, short, long, so then there's your triad. I mean, if you can't do chords, you know, you're going to have a difficult time practicing. Chords is really important, you know. And what makes those two similar? Well, long, short, long, long, short, long, long, short, long, right? That's the glue that holds it all together, that rhythmic glue. So if you're going to improvise, you know, that's probably something you want to exploit. That's something you want to exploit in the tune. And this idea of surrounding the notes below and above, you know, those are indicative of the tune. That's kind of what gives it its footprint. It's footprint. It's thumbprint. It's fingerprint. It's whatever, you know. If you notice there, long, short, long, same rhythm. Then it's a triplet. Oh, well, it depends on the rhythm actually. I play it as a triplet. Triplet. Or I want to lose them. So depending on whose version you're playing. Long, short, long. But that long, short, long, that's indicative of the tune. And then finally the bridge. The rhythm totally changes. So that's kind of interesting that, you know, that's what gives it a sense of completion. is if you just kept having that same rhythm all the way through, it wouldn't really sound like a story. It would just sound like a lot of repetitive rhythms, you know. Yeah. And maybe just taking, you know, small bits of the song. Challenge yourself. And then, yeah, what are we doing? That's key of F, key of G. Just that little bit. Just don't have to transpose the whole song. Okay, what's the key of D? Up a third, fourth, and then the minor, ending on the 2 chord. Key of A, up a third, yeah, up a third. Okay, key of E, up a third, and then there we go. Key of piano players don't play in the key of E as much as we should, so it took me a second there. I had to think about that. E, up a third, G sharp or A flat, depending on when you want to think. D flat or C sharp in the key of E, and then the 2 chord F sharp. I'd probably think in sharps. I think thinking in sharps is better. Key of B, up a third, up a fourth, and then to the 2 chord. Right? Just doing that much. Just doing that much of an exercise, you know, that'll make a big difference. 1, I'll just call it, let's call it 5 of 6, and then 5 of 2, and then 2. And if you want to think of this 5 of 6 and 5 of 2, if you want to think of that as 3, and you want to think of this as, what did I write here? That's 5 of 6. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. If you want to think of this as 6, be my guest. But you can think of it in more than one way. What do we live off at? B, F sharp or G flat, then up a third, up a fourth, and then the this is right. And I could get lost. I sort of got lost in the middle there for a second, but I remembered, you know, oh, this is 5 of that. So that's how I got back on track. C sharp, up a third, up a fourth, and then to the minor. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. Then what do we do after that? A flat, C, that's right. Yep. That's A flat, C, F, and then B flat minor, and then E flat, up a third, G, and then fourth, and then minor, and then B flat, up a third, up a fourth, minor. I'm kind of getting in the swing of it now, and then we're back. Then F, we did F earlier, right? So I don't know. What do you think of that? I think what I want to try to get across is whatever tune you're doing, I think you should try to, you know, adjust it to what you feel comfortable with. And there's no point in spending time with a tune if it's not really sticking, you know. And I find that you have to kind of find that sweet spot. You know, if you have too much information, that's no good. And if you have too little information, that's also no good. It has to have a meaningful little packet of information. So in this instance, I find like 4 chords are enough to kind of drill that into your head. And then, you know, maybe next week you do the next 4 chords, kind of like that in all 12 keys. And then the next week you do the next 4 chords in all 12 keys. And eventually you got the whole tune, as opposed to trying to like just bang your head against the wall and plow through it with, you know, just gritting your teeth, and it, you know, that's no fun. And, you know. Okay, well, I got to go. This is Jonathan at the Piano Lesson. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for all your comments, and we'll see you next time. Adios.